I'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Daren Muhammad, WFBR, 1590 AM.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday through
Absolutely.
Saturdays, 12 noon on your dial. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Brother Donnie Glover, BeMoreNews.com. How are you?
Bless the Lord. So much to talk about. 2012, Monday coming up will be a one-year anniversary. Or is it tomorrow?
Actually, Sunday going into Monday.
One-year anniversary of the murder of Officer Torbett.
Yes, sir. William Torbett, 9-year veteran of the Baltimore City Police Department. Still, of course, as we kind of go back to the future, so many questions that have yet to be answered regarding what happened that night, that fateful night, to Officer William Torbett and Sean Gamble. The family, of course, tomorrow will be having a candlelight vigil tomorrow night, 12 midnight. But I encourage them, and we encourage, of course, all good men of goodwill and women in the city of Baltimore to continue to stand by this family in their fight for justice, so that those officers should be charged. All of those individuals that attacked Officer William Torbett should be charged as well. There were 33 officers at the scene, 7 in plain clothes, and he was the only one that was attacked, the only one that was shot, and the only one that was killed that night in terms of Baltimore City police officers.
You know, there was an incident last year where a transsexual was beaten in Baltimore County, and it was immediately labeled a hate crime by Baltimore County and by the mainstream media.
That's right.
But there was a young man who got his wrist broken by a Jewish paramilitary group in Park Heights, and that was not dubbed a hate crime.
Well,
is there some disparity here?
Clearly, there's a double standard. I mean, it clearly lets you see if you commit a crime in Baltimore County, then you can face some severe consequences. In Baltimore City, under this current state's attorney, who's clearly showing that he's inept and lacks the depth to be able to run that department. And of course, it could be because he's Jewish, members of Shomrim are Jewish, and of course they served in the Israeli Defense Force. So it's no different than how they're treating little brown and black children in Palestine. But it clearly lets the black community know, and particularly black men, that we should be standing up for our children and standing up for those when we find them coming under attack by thugs, whether they're in blue uniforms, blue jeans, or blue yarmulkes, Brother Downey.
Okay. Your favorite Baltimore City person, public person, Dr. Andres Alonzo. Have not heard any update as of late regarding Baltimore City Public Schools. Your situation with Dr. Alonzo, what's happening with your favorite person?
Well, of course, what's happening with our least favorite person in terms of Andre Alonzo, under his leadership, the schools are getting worse in terms of the treatment of the facilities, the treatment of our children, the learning of our children, and now with all of this giant Ponzi scheme called Race to the Top, which really is a race to the bottom, and of course, the ability that they ultimately want to get to be able to tie teachers' pay to the performance of the students, but yet they don't tie his pay to the performance of the students, the teachers, the principals, or anybody else. So clearly we see Andre Alonzo was brought in to cut and gut the schools, and nothing good has came from him, and nothing good will continue to come from him being as the head of the Baltimore City Public Schools.
Okay, Kwesi Mfume, his non-support for C. Anthony Muse, also his non-comment on Baltimore County's redistricting for the same gentleman that he, Elijah Cummings, Frank Reed, and Dolores Kelly endorsed for county executive Kevin Kamenetz. Your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Well, again, we clearly see that oftentimes when our people are looking for this old leadership to step up and try to really turn over a new lease on life, they continue to do more of the same. They're only looking out for their own individual selves, not even their immediate family, just themselves. And so clearly, he owes the black community an apology for his stand for not supporting the candidacy of State Senator C. Anthony Muse in his run for Senate to become the next senator and the first senator.
You know, he was quiet back in 1999. Lawrence Bell is his cousin?
Supposed to.
Lawrence Bell and Carl Stokes, and that was the year that Martin OMalley slipped in there. Does he owe the black community an apology then,
Not only does he owe an apology, in any other civilized society and people, he would have been run out from among them. The Italians would have ran traitors among them, away from them. Jews, Greeks,
but I thought he was a black spokesperson.
Well, when was the last time you heard him speak on any issues that are happening in the black community? You can go from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So obviously, you know, Kwesi Mfume is just somebody that's a tool to be used when they want to use him and put him back in the toolbox when they finish using him. And I don't know how he sleeps at night, but our community clearly and our young people have to clearly see that he's not somebody, when we look at our legacy from the great Parent J. Mitchell, that we should even consider honoring in no way, shape, or form, because he's done more harm to our legacy than good for our legacy and for our people today.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? Well, again, just want to thank you and, of course, all of the viewers at bmorenews.com for all that you continue to do in providing independent media in the city of Baltimore, and particularly around the case of Officer William Turbin. Had it not been for independent media such as bmorenews.com and others here raising the pertinent issues, then, of course, there would have been no movement. They would have closed this case out a long time ago. So we say continue to watch, continue to listen, and stay tuned up, because there's bigger things to come in 2012.
Daren, I'll just say this publicly. It breaks my heart the way we as black people allow them to treat us.
Yes, sir. That's right. And so our motto in 2012 is invest in ourselves in 2012. Save ourselves in 2012, because no one else is coming to save us but us.
Good deal.
Thank
Much
you.
love and respect. Keep watching bmorenews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.